XM Classic Rewind this morning. Okay, so I got started with a little bit of disco to get the ball rolling. Hopefully it starts. We'll see. I can't wait to hear it run. It's going to be fired up with open headers, so I got a blessing here. I have great neighbors. They don't complain about the noise. Yeah, so we're going to try to make some noise here. It's 10:30 in the morning on a Sunday morning. You know, I'm not cleaned up. Hey, thanks to Bruce's Garage, Oregon City, Bruce's Garage. Go see Bruce. He works on old cars, does a great job. Welcome back to D. Loney V8 Motorsports. Today is fire up day, hopefully. And I thought I'd just take you along with me. I am down to the last spark plug wire. I went from, back to front, 8 to 1. So number 1 spark plug wire right here. So this should be the last piece of the puzzle. Obviously, I still have to install the wires on the car. They're laid out over there. I'll show you that in a second. But as I'm standing here working on this thing, coming up to a milestone, did a lot of reflecting about this project. This thing has been a challenge. I'm a 61-year-old man. I've been doing this for a really long time. And I tell you, this one has been probably the toughest one. It's kind of a dumb project, right? It's a ugly old Buick, and I'm trying to make it into a, kind of a rowdy race car. My skills are bolt-on skills. And so I have had a ton of help along the way. Probably first and foremost, I got to shout out, I always do, but George Burns, my buddy George Burns, Burns Brothers Performance. He literally assembled the engine. He ground on that block to make things fit. I have made countless phone calls to him. He's given a ton of parts advice. He given his time, right? He's still works full time. He's got no shortage of projects down there. But when I call, he picks up the phone. He helps me out. He came up here. He painted under the hood of this thing. He offered to do that. He came up and did it. That was a fairly major project. And he did a great job. It looks great. Everything he painted looks great. And so I really appreciate George. The engine actually goes back to a buddy of mine named, I'll just call him Dan. I don't know that he wants to be advertised, but that engine, I think technically is still owned by him. He left that engine behind at a house that he sold to my buddy Brett. And Brett ultimately gave me the engine. So it was a free 400 small block. And my theory was I was just going to kind of go through it, mild, put a solid cam in it, mild rebuild or whatever. And boy, did that snowball. It ended up needing, at least a crank and rods, and it was going to need to be bored. And so it just kind of went downhill from there. And so appreciate Dan, I guess, passing on the motor or abandoning the motor for Brett, and then Brett giving me the darn thing. And so we're going to see today for the first time if it runs. I've spun it over a ton, makes good oil pressure on the starter. I was trying to build fuel pressure, and so I cranked and cranked and cranked. And so the starter definitely works. I got that starter used from Bill King at the swap meet last, January up in Vancouver. So lots of used parts. lots of stuff on this engine and on the car that I just kind of gathered up. That rear end I bought over a year ago down in Eugene. We hauled that home in my wife's Cadillac. And so that's another one. Obviously top of the list is my wife, Kathy. Just a ton of support. She's had to deal with all the highs and lows. I'm not really a tool thrower, cusser. You know, when things go bad in here, I just shut the door and walk away. But she's had to deal with my moods and of course the funding of this dumb project. And so really appreciate my wife, Kathy, and her support in this thing. Anyway, stay tuned. We're gonna see if this thing runs. If you followed along on this, I have posted videos and posted photos, and I think there's a handful of people that are kind of following this dumb project. And I really appreciate you. I've gotten a lot of good comments. I've gotten feedback. I've gotten people calling me out for running a small block Chevy instead of a Buick. I need an engine that revs. This is gonna be a stick car. It's got 411 gears. I need an engine that will bounce off of 7,000 without braking. And that is not a Buick, especially a big block Buick. So I love Buicks. I love big block Buicks. But in a high wind and stick car, I can't afford one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for following along. I appreciate it. And yeah, we'll see if this thing makes noise today. Oh, I said I'd show you the spark plug process, and I never did. Yeah, so that's what the bench looks like. MSD sends the wires with this little tool. It's a little clunky to use. You got to use it in the vise, but it does work. And then needle nose, razor blade, dielectric grease, and then the little numbering things they put on them. And so yeah, I started out, I put each wire in there, I fit it to the spark plug, cut it. Well, I marked it, and then I brought everything over to the bench at once and cut it to length, and then made all the wires. I thought of it when I was installing this side. I was like, oh yeah, I was going to show them the process. Anyway, so I haven't done the odd side yet. So 1, 3, 5, and 7 on this side. The other ones went in pretty good. Got to be careful on these small block Chevys. I'm going to have to tie down the wires next to the block on this side, probably the other side too, to make sure I keep those wires off the headers. I don't have any of those sleeves or anything for these wires, you know, to keep them from burning. I don't really want to use those. I want to try to just keep the wires off the headers if I can. So we'll see if that works out. If I do this Redwood Rally thing, I'll definitely be bringing all my spare spark plug wires, just in case on the side of the road it burns one. Anyway, that's it for now. We're getting close. All right, take one. Turn off the darn music. Oh, no, yeah.
They're so much tighter than I remember.
Tighter to get into?
Tighter, yeah.
We're bigger and older.
Way bigger.
Yeah. Okay, I got a wheel chock. It's in neutral. Right? It's in neutral.
Yes.
We have fuel in the bowls.
Just want to hit the key crank and then give it a pump, or give it a pump and then crank it?
Why don't you do what I do? Crank it over, get a little oil pressure.
Ready?
Yep.
Clip. Clip.
Okay, whoa. So,
That's all that.
yeah. So, that's not good. Because we have no regulator.
Oh, there's your problem, probably.
So we could, yeah. I mean, I could try to adjust the floats. You're getting sausage making, YouTubers. This is real. By the way, fire extinguisher there and there. And try it again. Now it's got fuel, so.
So you're saying you want to give it just a little bit of throttle?
Sure.
Ready?
Yep. Huh.
And that probably put a lot of fuel in there. A lot came up.
Yeah.
Try one more time just on idle.
Okay. Wants to run.
Yep. Ready?
Yep. let's look at that MSD. made it this far, you made it to the end of this video. Major milestone. My buddy Brett here gave me this motor a year and a half ago, year and 4 months ago, something like that. I don't know. But we fired it up today. It runs. Need to look up what's going on with the timing. There's something not quite right with the ignition timing. It's not telling us the truth on the timing.
Yeah, the balancer, the pointer, or something's out of sync.
Yeah. So, but it does run, hits on all 8, warmed up. The alternator works. We had a couple leaks because I had some bolts that weren't quite cinched. And so, old man arms. Anyway, thanks for watching to this point. Stay tuned. We're going to have more. We're going to test drive this thing. We're going to get it aligned. We're going to get tires. We're going to get that MagnaFlow exhaust installed. And it's going to rage. It sounds pretty gnarly.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, you'll hear it, but yeah.
Yeah, Rowdy
already heard it.
Actually, yeah, they already heard it. Yeah, a little rummy. But anyway, cheers. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Ring a ding ding.
Yeah, that.